What is up, Smash Studio fans? My name is RoninX, and today I'll be bringing you a beginner's guide to Ryu and Ken in Smash Ultimate. Let's get right into it, starting with Ryu. Ryu is a patient bait and punish, footsie-based character that will find his openings through whiff punishes with backdash, miss spacing, air-to-air situations, or my personal favorite, callouts with focus and parry bait, or overall just catching your opponent shielding too much. His overall objective is to rack up as much damage as possible while pushing his opponent to the ledge and keeping him there. Ryu has some of the best corner pressure in the game. When you are in the corner, he limits your options greatly and forces you to have to go through him. Since you can no longer roll past him or run past him, since he will just auto turn around to catch your roll, or he will, you just simply can't run past him in the game because the game mechanics limit you from doing so. You now only have two options: fight your way through him or jump over him. To put your opponent in this situation consistently is your overall objective, because his corner pressure is, again, some of the best in the game. Ryu's new up-close light forward tilt has the ability to special cancel and jab block up to 3 times. I didn't get enough footage of this, but I did get enough of a sample to give you guys an idea of what it can lead to. In the training room, there is a way you can set things up so that you can see invincible moves. Light forward tilt, heavy up tilt, tatsumaki, and even up air have iframes indicated by the blue on his limbs. And of course, Shoryuken. In conclusion, I feel like this character will be a high tier for sure. If you're looking for a fundamentally strong bait and punish footsie character with an amazing punish game, advantage state, and corner pressure, Ryu is your character. I do feel like early on, zoners will give him a hard time. The thing is with those passive styles is that they intend to put themselves in the corner over and over again just so they can keep their distance, which will make cornering them much easier. If they try to jump in or jump over, they will just end up eating an invincible up air, or they will get their landing trap with focus, parry, or dash back into imagination pretty much because of how good of a whiff punishing tool that will really be. Players will have to get creative with how they actually get past us now, because in Smash 4 it was so much easier. Like, you could roll past us and our turnaround took 4 frames just to turn around. You could shad past us, short hop air dodge past us with and then cover your landing with back air, so if we did turn around to chase your air dodge, you could just hit us. Or you could double jump over us and cover your descent with a good disjointed aerial. It was mad annoying. It really was. Honestly, when you're cornered by Ryu, I think that Ryu can honestly just position himself in a way to where he can just react to whatever option you pick. And because, naturally, because of the game mechanics, it covers a lot of your options. It narrows your options down to, like I said, only 2 options before in my intro. I do feel like his recovery and disadvantage will still be exploited pretty hard in some matchups. He has enough mix-ups for me to say that his disadvantage isn't bad per se. I do say it's slightly above average due to Tatsu having iframes, focus being pretty good at getting us out of combos, and mixing up our landing. Excuse me. Plus, we still have DP to get us out of some combos, and Shock, and that helps us out a lot as well. Shaku feels much better now, and it shield pokes much more reliably. It shield poked in Smash 4, but it feels better now pretty much. We can still Shaku hover as well, which is whenever you short hop and you input Shakinetsu right before you land. And what that lets us do is right whenever it hits shield, we can approach and we can get a hitbox on that shield while the fireball's still there, meaning we can continue our pressure from a projectile. And now that we can cancel aerials on shield, I imagine you can imagine what we can actually do with that. It's pretty interesting. It can still be stuffed out by some hitboxes and stuff like that, but it still feels like a pretty okay projectile. It feels much better than it was in Smash 4. Shielding against Ryu just is going to be all around bad, I feel, and just not a good option. I feel like what most people will focus on is just kind of focusing on having good spacing and kind of just walling him out. But again, that's going to put them in the corner, so, I mean, it's going to be really hard for them to cross us up and stuff like that, because his options out of shield are still really, really good, and having an invincible up air is going to be really nice as an out of shield option for dealing with cross-ups as well. Plus, not to mention that, you know, when it comes to dealing with the characters like Marth and stuff like that, once the parrying meta is optimized, I don't feel like it's going to be too bad dealing with those options as well. Plus, we still have stuff like light forward tilt, hard up tilt, and that's going to help us out a lot with dealing with those moves. Like light forward tilt, we fade back with it. If they space it wrong or something like that, the F tilt can actually just connect to them, and sometimes it can even lead into a combo. So, I mean, that's going to help us out a lot. Plus, if we just want to raw call it out, we can just input hard up tilt and then, like, DP or something like that and pop them in the air. Now they're back in disadvantage. So, I feel like we still have options. Plus, you know, focus. Focus is going to help us out a lot with dealing with disjoints as well, as long as they're single hits. All in all, I feel like the character feels promising, and I'm excited to see how far this character can go in the meta. I think that a lot of people are sleeping on him because of how good Ken looks right now, and I feel like that is a mistake. I feel like this character in himself has a lot to offer still. And that will be the end of this guide. If you liked this video, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, hit that bell icon to get notified for when we upload another video. And while you're at it, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more content like this. If you have any questions and would like to learn Ryu or Ken, be sure to stop by and subscribe to my stream at RoninX1819 at twitch.tv. Subs get a free hour of lessons and a ton of other benefits. I'll be back with a Ken guide soon as well. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. I am RoninX, and until next time, peace.